Hello, Leo. Excuse me. Hello, Leo. Thank you very much for tuning into your general read. For the main part of the read, I'm using the Spellcaster's Tarot by Melanie Marquis, illustrated by Scott Murphy. For the supportive Oracle cards, I'm using the Angel Answers Oracle cards by Doreen Virtue and Radley Valentine. Okay, let's go ahead. I've already shuffled. Leo. Alright. We're going to do the bottom part of the deck again. Stop. Stop. Okay. So, overall energy is very interesting to me because you have two face-up cards and one face-down card. I don't know what the face-down is. The face-down card is right between the two of these. You're going from the Emperor to the Three of Cups. You have a couple more face-down cards here as well. But I'm realizing the overall energy is like from holding your ground, maybe like clearing out a field through fire. I don't know, I'm getting that off that one. Clearing something out, like holding... You go from the Emperor to the Three of Cups, which is more about going from like a stance of like looking out for others, knowing where you're standing there strong, to going into a more social atmosphere. So I feel like that's what the overall energy is, but the face down card between them, I feel like this is something you're not aware of, that's going to be very much creating the flavor of the whole situation, but you're not going to realize it till you really get into it. Alright, that being said, because I love that term, you have three other face-down cards besides that one in the middle that I haven't pulled up yet. The first one is in your court, your side, your thoughts. Face-down oracle card is no, but it's a passive no. Something you're a part of, you don't want to be a part of. You're not... The passive no, there's like exclamation, one with an exclamation and one without. The passive no is more about... You don't really like it, but it's not so burdensome that you can't stand it, but you're not really a fan. This being face down, you're not sharing that. You're not letting that be known. But this is how you feel on the inside. That's what I'm getting if this is hitting for you. The situation itself, there's a lot of burdens there. Ten of Wands, that's a lot of burdens. This person on this card, they're dropping things are falling through the cracks. I feel like this isn't really working out for you. You're still making it with a majority of it, but it's kind of unraveling in your opinion, and you're not really enjoying this situation. If you can see that card. If I pull it a little forward, there we go. Okay. Now, two face-down cards on the other side. The other side's trying to keep it going. They have to remain positive and then be assertive. They're face down too, though. So I feel like the other side is really pushing to keep this going. And they have a lot of hopes for where it's going. So whatever the situation you're dealing with, the other side is very active in keeping this on life support. Trying to keep it on life support long enough so it starts thriving on its own. Because that Ten of Wands is between you and this other side, they're also, whoever else this is also very labored with the situation. But they're they want it to work out. They're pushing, they're trying to do everything they can in their power to make it work out. But it's face down, so I don't feel like you're seeing that. The next part coming in. Queen of Pentacles. The situation seems to be moving forward, and there's a very tight bond between you and this other side. Is that what we want? There's more to it. No? Yes? Where are we going with this? The feet. Something about the feet. Alright, dog. Dogma. Dogging it. Okay. I feel like there's a commitment in the sense of like it's what is it. What is it? It's not coming out, so that might be wrong. You're doing what's expected? No, they're like that's why you're not trying to. Okay. Loyal to a fault. Loyal to a fault. That's what you want to say. Especially, okay, all right, I'm definitely a dog lover, so I'm thinking what they're saying with this, with the loyal to a fault, because I know this, like, some people are mean to their animals, and their animals love them anyway. I've seen this. I don't like it, but that's a whole nother story. The point is, it's loyal to a fault. It's like no matter what's going on with the situation or how bad it is or becoming, there's just this loyalty to it that seems to be trumping the whole situation. It's why it's kind of surviving at this point. I'm getting loyalty to a fault. That's what I'm getting from this. This is right under that Emperor card too, by the way. And you'll notice, I'm noticing that fire in the background again on this. I feel like the fire is brewing. Like this, even though the Emperor is standing there doing what he feels is right, loyal to a fault, seems to be carrying through up to this too, but that fire is coming. And I feel like the reason it's coming across on this Emperor card is being loyal to yourself is going to come through at some point and how you really feel. Now there's this middle moment here. The other side, Eight of Pentacles, still trying to make it work out, still working at it, feeling like it's almost to that point where it's going to be okay. That seems now when they're at that point, that's where your face down card is. What is your face down card? Six of Swords. This is what transitions you into this more social atmosphere. You're going to move on from this. And I'm seeing other cards here in the future they're definitely reinforcing that. You're not seeing it though. I feel like that's why this card is here in the center, face down. It's just like you hit your breaking point. You're not expecting to do this. I feel like you may not even be allowing yourself to consider it. But this moment, even though there's loyalty to a fault between, like, this is how the situation is being handled between you and the other side, just doing like what's expected, even though I shouldn't be saying that. They're saying that's not how they should come across. It's loyalty to a fault. It's just being loyal to it. It's not about doing what's expected. It's just you're just being loyal. It's just loyal. I'm not getting more with that, so I hope that makes sense. I think it's just me that's trying to make more out of it than there really needs to be. Now, when the Six of Swords happens, this is definitely your personal acknowledgement. But I feel like it's not too far after this that you're coming forward with it. Because I'm seeing next that loyalty to a fault goes into the, is this the Nine of Wands? Queen of Pentacles, which I had a hard time picking up, goes into the Nine of Wands. I feel like that loyalty to a fault is coming unraveled quickly. The other side goes into kind of a denial mode, because I'm noticing on their side they have this romance card on their side. I feel like it's fictional. I feel like you need to know that they're going in this state like it's not really happening. And they're denying it. They're going into denial. Especially with this romance card, they're just skipping over any negative part and they're just trying to see the positive. Even if there's changes that are happening that they can't stop, like with this Nine of Swords or Nine of Wands, this frazzled energy, this is somebody who's really trying to desperately save a situation or defend their position. And that might be, this is between the two of you, so you're defending very strongly, very desperately that you're done. Moving on. They're also putting in that same effort that it's not done and you can't walk away. You can't go on from this. They're not wanting to let you, and they're in this denial mode, like they are going to stop you, or like that's not going to happen. But I feel like there's a denial mode here about it. Your side has Ask Your Angels, and I feel like this is saying when this starts happening, it's going to be kind of rough for you, because you're just going to do one foot in front of the other and make those changes like you've decided you were going to. But you need to, I feel like you need to look at it a little closer in the sense of like helping you. What is this saying actually? Because I feel like there's like a moment here where you're kind of trying to work this out with the other person, and you're kind of playing out the whole scenario with the other person, whoever this is. But it's becoming more more damaging than helping. Like, it doesn't seem like it's working. I'm feeling like there's conversations going on, and the other side has this rose-colored glasses. Like, I don't feel like what you're saying is hitting. They're just denying it. They're just going into a denial mode. It's just not. They're just seeing only the positive, like it's going to work out. They're trying to negate your decision as much as possible, feeling like they can do that. The Ask Your Angels is telling me, like, you might have to look at this a little differently. This might have to come to a more of an abrupt ending because the other side is just not getting it, and they're not wanting to. So it's going to be kind of a little bit stressful to you because you're going forward. You're still making these movements, but you're noticing the other person is going on like you're not doing anything. And I feel like it's frustrating, and this could cause arguments. But the other person is still just going on like I feel like they're making comments like almost like if you're, just for argument's sake, if you're moving out, for example, and you've already moved like your bed and a dresser. They're like, well, when you move that stuff back in, or when you get when the new ones arrive, or like they're just acting like that wasn't what it was, like almost like you threw them out and didn't move them into a new place, like, oh, well, when the new bed and new dresser arrives, we can blah blah blah, and you're just like, no, there is no new bed, there is no new dresser, I'm leaving. Like I feel like there's an argument here. The Ask Your Angels is coming across like you might have to find a different way to handle this. You might have to be more abrupt than you're planning to. Because I am seeing the Death card here. This situation is coming to an end. And I feel like with the Death card popping in here right after the Ask Your Angels and the Romance card on the other side, I feel like it's abrupt. Very abrupt. Because it's not, the other side's not accepting it. The other side is not accepting it out at all. And they see, I just don't feel like the other side is on board with the way you're feeling at all. You are definitely taking action and changing the situation based on what you feel is necessary. And I feel like as you get to this one part, and it's just like, it's almost like the other side is completely ignoring or negating what you're doing. There's a frustration level that's really building up, and it's causing a lot of tension that could cause a lot of problems. And I feel like the reason the Death card is coming here is like you need to cut ties before it gets really bad. That's what I'm getting. If you're getting extremely upset, you need to just cut it cold turkey, because it's better to walk away and stop communication than really, because I feel like there's an energy here. The other side is just completely negating and not listening to what you're doing, and I feel like it's becoming very aggravating and very upsetting. And there's just this building of energy. You just need, I'm getting the Death card here, like this is the end of the situation, done is done. I almost feel like you have to like step away, make a cold break, then you have to wait for the other person to realize done is done, and you're waiting for them to come around and realize done is done. I feel like that's pretty harsh, but it's the way it's coming through. So if this hits for you, I hope that helps in some sense. I feel like if this does hit for you, the whole point is that this moment is coming. And to not let it, take you for a ride. To grab a hold of it when you see it starting and just, make your decision. I feel like if it's that analogy where you move a couple pieces of furniture out and the other person's acting like you just threw them out and there's new ones coming, and you're just like, that makes no sense. That's not what I'm doing. Instead of arguing about it, just like you can maybe make a quick comment and then just leave, and then just move everything else out at once if you can. If that, just as an analogy, like finishing it off quickly, and then there's just nothing left to fix. There's nothing left to argue about, and then just like taking a break from that person until they can just like calm down and realize, this is what's happening. All right, so I'm going to wrap that up there. Hopefully that helped. Thank you for watching. If you'd like a direct reading from me, go ahead and shoot me an email, james4astral@gmail.com, james4astral@gmail.com. Thank you.